Today we're going to be talking about special products. Now, the way I taught you when you do a binomial times a binomial, FOIL will always work, first, outer, inner, last, or just simply taking the first term, multiplying it by everything over there, the second term times everything over there. But special products, you can memorize these rules if you want to, and if you don't, you can just do it the long way. Honestly, I don't remember these rules all the time, so sometimes I just do it the long way. But I just want y'all to see that there is a pattern. If you have a binomial squared and there's a plus sign in the middle, if you don't want to have to go out here and do a plus b times a plus b and then do first, outer, inner, last, you can simply say a squared plus 2 times a times b plus b squared, and it will give it to you. Like I said, I don't remember these rules, but I'm teaching you them because I'm supposed to. Make sense? All right. If you have a minus b squared, you just do the first term squared, then you put a minus sign and 2 times a times b, and then you square the last term, and it will work. So I'm just going to show y'all how easy it is. So I have x plus 3 squared. Now, I could do it the long way, which is x plus 3 times x plus 3. Does everybody understand that this means this? Are y'all with me? And then I could go do first, outer, inner, last, which is FOIL. So let's do it the long way. First is x times x, which is outer, 3x, inner. Come on, guys. Inner, 3 times x, last, 9. All right, then I could combine my like terms, and I would end up with x squared plus 6x plus 9. Yes? Now, what I'm teaching you today is if you don't want to do it the long way, when it looks like this, you simply do this squared, so x squared, plus, now multiply 2 times x times 3. 2 times 3 is 6, and then x. And then do a plus sign and do the last term squared. 3 squared is 9. So basically I could do this without showing all that work. If you want to do it the long way, I really don't care. You can. Okay, let's do this one. I want to do it the long way or the shortcut way? We'll do it the long way, then we'll do it the shortcut way. Okay? So the long way says 2x plus 5 times 2x plus 5. All right, first, 2 times 2 is, so 4x squared. Outer plus 10x. Inner plus 10x. Last plus 25. Combine your like terms, and you're left with 4x squared plus 20x plus 25. Yes? All right, now let's do it the shortcut way. Look right here. All it says, take your first term and square it. Yes? So what is 2x squared? 4x squared. Are y'all with me? What does the next thing say to do? Take 2 and multiply it times this times this. So what's 2 times 2x? 4x. And what's 4x times 5? So 20x plus. And then do your last term squared. 5 times 5 is, did I get the exact same thing? If you learn the pattern, it's just way faster. Okay, if you don't get the pattern, I'm fine with you doing it the long way. It just takes way longer. All right, let's try this one. Now look, if there's a minus sign, then you just put a minus sign in the middle only. Okay, y'all ready? Let's do it the shortcut way. Take the first term and square it. So what's 5 squared? 25, and then x squared also. Are y'all good? Now you're going to put a minus sign, and you're just going to leave it as a minus. Then you're going to do 2 times this times this. What's 2 times 5x? 10x times 2x. Excuse me, times 2y. 20xy. And then all you're going to do is square your last term. So 2 squared is 4 and y squared. And that's it. You're done. Try the next one on your own. Try to do the shortcut. All right, this squared is what? 9x squared. Then your next term is going to be a minus because this is a minus. You're going to do 2 times 3x, which is 6x times y, so 6xy, plus the last term squared, y squared. Are y'all getting the hang of it? It's really not hard. It's just so much easier if you remember it. All right. No, you're basically just following this. If you don't get it, then just do this. 3x minus y times 3x minus y, and do it the long way. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. If this makes more sense, I'm fine with y'all doing it.
If the exponent is something different than a 2, would you divide by that number?
If the exponent, this only works for it being squared. Like this is a special rule for the squares of a binomial pattern. Okay, this only works for these particular situations. All right, try this one on your own. Y'all get it?
Wait, so when we do the second step, we 3 times 2 is 6, and then we divide it by 8. We multiply by 4.
It's just 2 times this term times this term. If there's a plus sign, you put a plus. If there's a minus sign, you put a minus. Y'all got it? Now, on the back, it's different because it's not the same term squared. It's the sum and difference pattern. So the terms are the same, but the first one has a plus and the second one has a minus. So this says if it looks like this, you're just going to do a squared minus b squared. Okay, and I'm going to show you the long way. And then I'm going to show you why it works. So let's look at this one. Let's do FOIL. Are y'all ready? First, t times t is t squared. Outer. Minus 5t. Inner. Plus 5t last. Minus 25. What happens right here in the middle? They cancel out and you're left with t squared minus 25. Do y'all see how that worked? So you're basically just doing this squared minus this squared. Because if it looks like this, it's always going to cancel out. But it only works if they're the exact same terms, one being a plus and one being a minus. So this would basically be x squared minus 100. So you're just squaring this, squaring that, putting a minus sign in the middle. What would this be? 9x squared minus y squared. And guys, if you do it the long way, you're gonna get the same answer. Okay? What would this be? 4x squared minus 1 squared is 1. 1 times 1 is always 1. What would this be? X squared minus 9 y squared. What's this one? T squared minus 16. 4 squared, which is 16. Put your name on it quickly. Okay, I'm going to say this again. If you get confused, you can always do it the long way. So for like number 1, you could always do n plus 9 times n plus 9 because that's what that means. And then go do FOIL and combine your like terms. Or you can look at your notes and say, hey, this looks like this. Yes? And the rule says I take the first term and square it. See, everybody see this? So it's going to be n squared plus 2 times a times b. So 2 times n times 9. 2 times 9 is? And 18 times n is 18n. Plus, and then it says right here, take that last term and square it. 9 squared is 81. And then I didn't have to do any work or show any work. I'm just following the pattern of the rule that I taught you. Now again, if you get confused, you can take a separate sheet of paper, do it like this. You're going to get this answer. Make sense? Look at this. Look at number 3. Which rule does this follow? This one, right? So it says take the first term and square it. So that's an L squared. Can you all see what I'm doing right here? Okay, minus 2 times those two terms. So 2 times L times 10. 2 times 10 is 20 times L. Oh, sorry. Okay. And then it says plus, take the last term and square it, which is 100. That's your answer. Now look at number 13. Which one does that look like? That looks like the back of our notes, doesn't it? Do you see the terms are the exact same, but one has a plus and one has a minus? Yes? That means when you do FOIL, the outer and inner are going to cancel out. So you're basically just taking this and squaring it. What is 7 squared? 49k squared minus 3 squared is 9. Okay, and then let's only do through 34. All right.